Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. And like I have said in the other ones, not from the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, but in the Blue Wire Studios in the Wynn Casino. I wonder if he changed his name because it seems like a great name for someone that owns a casino.
Win, yeah. That's a
It was
good point. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
until you said
it's
that.
not like
It's probably a
Lou.
little
It's not
different,
like
but
Lou's. I'm not going to the Lou's casino. I'm going to the
yeah,
Wynn Casino.
good point, Steve.
Is that a great point? I just thought about that. I wish I was winning more, but we'll see. We'll see. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my my games that I have going on right now from my sports book. But welcome, Bill. You're my last
Yeah.
one. I've done 2 already. You're my 3rd podcast this morning from the Blue Wire Studios, and it's
And
awesome.
you got a little scratchy voice, and yeah, I mean,
I
that's
do.
professional right there, my friend.
I
That's
know. I feel like I got to
big
I feel
league.
like I got to redo my. Feel like I have to redo my home studio. You know, new mics, and
Seriously,
I know.
I'm helping. What you and I will talk about. I'm helping a buddy, completely different category though. Start a podcast. Former newscaster,
Okay.
big in the Bay Area. And I'm looking at your gear right here because I got to get him some gear and make some suggestions. I'm like, take a picture of that. What is that?
I will. I mean, I could tell you what this is, but this is, again, it depends. I think you can do it really well, for $500 to $1,000 if you really want to
Yeah,
go and have the switch it. I mean, you can go, you can spend, a lot. Obviously, the studio's
right. Of
several
course.
$1,000,000,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think to get a good podcast sound, $500 to $1,000. You're gonna spend $300-400 at least on a good mic.
On a good mic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the mic's
Yeah.
probably the most important thing, as far as sound and all that stuff goes, I think. But
Hey, by the way, did you ever see my coffee mug?
that's the Green Bay Packers,
My
huh?
son made that for me a long time ago. So we're a dual family.
Okay.
So then the other side, the Niners. My wife's a Niner fan.
Oh gosh,
So we got the Niners.
Niners had a
And
much better season than we did. I tell you that.
oh my gosh, yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna start talking about specific
Yeah.
topics because I
Yes.
got a flight to catch in 5 hours, and I have to give
Well, we'll be done within 4.5.
Yes.
Get you out in 4.5.
Yes, and I have I have some tickets to cash and some money to give back to Las Vegas before I
Well, the
probably
Blue
got.
Wire folks must be like, dude, this guy overstayed his welcome,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm sure these
Get
guys.
him
I
out.
know. I truly appreciate. The hospitality has been awesome. They've been great. They've been understanding.
Oh, that's good.
Trying to get the logo to fit on the big screen behind us. All that stuff.
Pretty impressive.
Yes, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
So they've been great. Jeremiah's been great. They've all been great. Yes. I said the next time I come out, I'm bringing my 21-year-old, Drew turns 21 in a couple weeks. So I told him I'd bring him to
Okay.
Vegas at some point, and maybe we'll convince you to fly from California.
I
And
would love that. You
you
don't
and
have to convince me.
you
to
and
fly
I
to
you and I could do.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
fun? We'll get
That
them
would
there.
be
Yeah,
great.
that'd be great.
Yeah. And I'll be in Wisconsin. We planned our trip, so we can do a live podcast. You and I, same room
Really? Do you know when that's going to
in
happen?
August.
In August.
August. Right now, it's August, early August.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be
But
around.
we're having, you know what though, and we ran into an issue. It's EAA. You know what
Oh
that is,
yeah,
right?
I do. It's like the
Yeah.
largest.
So I might have to stay in your cabin.
Yeah, you won't be able to find any
I know,
place to
I know,
stay.
right?
I
I
know.
know.
It is crazy. Well,
Where's your cabin?
it's in Watoma. It's really not that close, but
Oh,
it's an hour and a
yeah,
half,
no.
2 hours. It's
Yeah.
basically Madison. You'd be just as good staying in Madison. I'd look at Beaver
Seriously.
Dam or some of those places.
That's what we're doing. Yeah.
You won't be.
All right, let's jump into the podcast. These guys, enough banter between us.
Well,
too,
we always
right?
do this. We don't want to change
know,
what we
I know, I
always
know.
do. We always
I know.
banter and we always catch up with what we're kind of, our lives and stuff like that. So coaching youth hoops, we're going to talk about the end of the season wrap up. And what was your thought on the end of the season
Don't get
wrap up?
COVID. That's my end of the season wrap up.
I
Don't
know.
get COVID.
Tell everybody what happened to your high school team.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we made playoffs, and our last game was Saturday. What was that? The 11th, February 11th. Yes. Yeah, right before Valentine's Day. We had one person out with COVID, testing every day, and then from Saturday, and then our first playoff game was going to be on a Tuesday, and one by one, everybody started falling, and ended up with. Four healthy people, four people that had varsity experience going into a varsity playoff game, and so we had to forfeit. So, feel
Does that
bad for the
happen a
seniors.
lot? Does that happen a lot up there?
No, I haven't heard another team get COVID. We just got bad luck or whatever. But yeah. So anyway, forfeited. Our had to forfeit our playoff game, so that means we're done. We're out. Didn't even play.
That's
It was
crazy.
sad. It was a sad ending. It was a sad ending. Everybody, they were getting excited, right? Of course, playing, and I brought JV girls up too to kind of fill in the spots, and then it just got to a point where, these poor JV girls, I'm just going to send them out to slaughter.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So that's
Yeah.
wow, that's wild.
That was wild. So end of season though, I mean, we were healthy all season long, no injuries, nothing going on. But I spoke to a youth coach the other day. I loved it because he's what I thought the call was going into was the guy you sent my way. I thought the call was going to is prepping for his season because some seasons are just starting right now in
Right.
January, February. Right? He's preparing for next season.
I know he is.
And I love it. Yeah.
I know.
It was a great conversation.
It was a
like,
perfect fit. First of all, I don't have time. And second of all, what you were offering was the perfect fit for him at this point. Yeah. So I'm glad it worked out. So tell me, do you run? So when I took over our program, our youth program, we used to have like a youth banquet, and I would come talk at it. We haven't done that recently. We might have to bring that back.
That's a good idea.
We would bring all the teams together. So, you'd have third grade team, fourth grade teams, fifth grade teams. We'd bring them all together, and we'd actually bring them to the high school and do it in the cafeteria, and do a kind of a smorgasbord thing. Everyone bring something. And then all the coaches would get up, and we'd have to limit the time because some of these guys would talk for like 6 hours. But sorry, I just saw a wedding party walk by on the big screen there. And the glass overlooking the casino. Anyway, so I lost my attention. But anyway, and then I would get up and do like a summary, like, well, yay, we're the Spartans. Yeah. Let's become a Spartan someday. And it was good. I think that's a great, for people that are either coaching youth hoops or, you could bring this to your varsity coach or whoever's running it. It's kind of a great way to bring the community together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely, that's a great idea.
I'm going to have to think about recircling back on that. I know we kind of got rid of it because of COVID. But anyway.
Well, I think we're what I would suggest to coaches now who they're just ending their season is write down what worked, what didn't, what you were good at, where the holes were, what you want to do differently for next year while it's fresh in your brain. Shelve it for a little bit, depending on how hardcore you are, right? Put it away and then come back to it, or study throughout the season. I think the second thing is
hold on before you let me dive onto that topic first. Please. So a couple things with that topic is I like doing that. I've got it handy. Look at it because I was writing as I was walking down Las Vegas Strip. So I always keep this little black thing to write notes in because I run a business, run these podcasts, teach, coach. Yeah. So I'm always my brain's working 80 miles an hour. So I always writing stuff down. So I think you're right about that at the end of the season. I think you should try to do it during the season too, as a youth coach. Yeah. So maybe once a month, right? Oh, we're not working on our help side's not very good, or the kids aren't dribbling very. Just write down and just put it away. Don't do anything with it. You can obviously work on some of the skills, but long term, put it on the side. Do it at the end of the season. Another thing is, I always like to either have the high school coach or a coach you respect or somebody else come and watch your team or maybe watch your practice during the season,
Yeah.
and then don't tell me anything. Let me coach my season, because again, you're coaching youth basketball. But then at the end of the
Right.
season, let's circle back and I think you could make your practices tighter by doing this, or why weren't you playing more kids, or whatever it is. But I would not use a parent. So ding, 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 ding. I wouldn't use somebody that had somebody on the team, because
Yeah.
we all love our kids and we all have hidden agendas. But I would try to get somebody on the outside. And a high school coach would do a great job of that, or even their assistant. Maybe they got I had a young assistant on, young coach on this morning on Coach Unplugged. He'd be a great guy. Bring him in. He's 27. He brings in, he wants to get into coaching, and then have him jot some notes down and then take him out for breakfast. What's that going to cost you? $15 at the end of the season. But I think that's another.
If you're in California, Steve.
How much? How much?
You're gonna. I have this little sidetrack. My son, who's in college, right? So he's like, "Oh, let's go to." It was a special occasion. We were to celebrate for breakfast, and he wanted to go out. And I'm like, "Okay, where do you want to go?" And he says, "IHOP." And I'm like, anywhere but IHOP.
Serious?
Sorry,
Okay,
IHOP.
so side note, IHOP.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, that's IHOP's like going to McDonald's. If you want a burger, you don't go to McDonald's. You go to Five Guys. You go to somebody that makes a burger.
Right.
Like,
right. But he's gluten free, so he likes their gluten free.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Right.
But I guarantee within 5 miles of your house, there's a good pancake place or a good breakfast place. 5 miles.
No doubt. That's why I'm trying to talk him out of it, right? So then I get the bill, Steve. 4 of us.
4. Let me guess.
4.
You're outside of San Francisco, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess. Okay, so just so you know, I drinks, dessert, a steak in Vegas last night, like $340 for the 2 of us. Okay. I'm guessing it's going to be $300 for the 4 of you to eat breakfast. Too much.
Oh, no.
$225. $225.
No.
180.
Not that much.
180.
No. I'm glad you went high. No, it was still disgusting. That it was $72 without a tip.
Well, is that bad for 4?
Are you kidding me? For 4 for IHOP for breakfast for eggs?
You're old. You're old. You're old. 70 is not bad.
I don't have your money, Steve.
1480. That's $85. That's $20 a person for breakfast. That's a little high, but not for the Bay Area.
See, I don't have teacher salary.
Oh, teacher salary. Shoot. That's like. Trust me. I guarantee my tax bill is going to be crazy big this year. Off the air, I'll tell you what my tax bill is going to be. It'll make you. It's crazy. For living in Wisconsin, I won my first parlay bet and my first bet that my son thinks. So that's why I was looking at my computer.
You're good.
I mean, we're Vegas. I'm gambling. We're in Vegas.
You have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else do you do for end of season?
Have a banquet so high school or grade school, we always do some sort of wrap up. I give out a little awards. Sometimes there's a mix of your typical MVP award, as well as some stuff that's just I don't know if it's made up, but something that we believe in as a team, or I think I've talked about my red dot way before. We talk about rebounding, efficient scoring, defense. So they get an award, and then drive open together is more of the who was really driven, right? Who was really open, coachable, who's learned a lot throughout the season, and then together who was that glue player. Right. So we'll give out awards based off of that. And I think, kids love that, and they get a little certificate, and then we have our party, cupcakes, whatever.
Yeah. Especially with youth teams, I try to I tell my coaches, try to stay away from MVP, try to stay away from some of those individualistic awards, especially in the elementary levels, maybe by 6th or 7th grade. And my reasoning is, I want them to keep playing, and it's like, well, Johnny's so much better than me, and I'm not going to be able. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Where they like, I'll never be his.
I'll never be as good as him. So why would I do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
so that's one
Yeah,
of the
and then,
reasons.
so notes, the party, right? Prepping for next year, as far as just like, okay, what do I need to do on the off season as a coach to get a little bit better? I'm starting to think about those things even for my high school team. Um, but now we're obviously, because I am a high school coach, we're going to start camps, right?
Right.
So got our summer camps running and planning
Hey, I'll
and
give I'll give
uh,
uh, give all the high school coaches that are listening to this, get your camp stuff out early.
yeah, I already did. Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah, I don't have mine out yet, but I'm getting close. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to confirm that because the moms and dads start planning very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I did a camp pass for that very reason where you don't have to worry about the individual dates that you're going to show up. You just buy, I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 camps, right? We have a lot. So I'm going to do 2 or 3 camps and then you can come back and plan it later, pick your day later. So that's what I did.
Yeah,
I don't know. First time I'm trying that.
that's a great idea. Anything else with end of season wrap ups?
Um, no, it's just I think that don't that I hear a lot of coaches they feel bad because they didn't win, right? They didn't have that winning season. Looking back, but did you have a positive impact on that child's life? Are they coming back next year? Are they happy? That's all that really matters at the end of the day, not the wins and the losses. It's youth basketball. They're learning, right? So
Right,
are you. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.